Alright, let's try this. Colorize this photo. Pretty impressive. Now turn this into nighttime with a Milky Way in the sky. No way! Alright, what about this? Blur the background of this photo. Very nice. And then what about remove the people in the photo? Holy smokes! Or how about this? Add people sitting in these chairs. No way! This is insane! This AI just killed Photoshop. It's super powerful, it's so easy to use, and it's completely free. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the cool things you can do with it. Now, Google just released their latest version of Gemini 2.0 Flash, and this is a truly multimodal AI model, which means not only can it understand and output text, but it can also do the same for images, video, and audio. And best of all, you can use it right now for free for unlimited times in Google's AI Studio, which I'll link to in the description below. If you haven't heard of AI Studio, I did a full video going over its capabilities. You can do some crazy things with it, like transcribe audio or talk to an AI voice in real time. And because Gemini can understand images and video, you can even turn on your camera and point to something and ask it questions. This is a super useful AI assistant for everyday life. For example, you can point to your homework and ask it to help you out in real time.
Sure, I can help you with that. It looks like you need to calculate the perimeter of the shape in problem 3.
Or point to a restaurant menu and ask it to translate it to English.
Okay, item number 83 is steamed bamboo roll with vegetables.
Now, I already did a full tutorial on this, so see this video if you haven't already. But this week, they've released a newer version of Gemini 2.0 Flash with native image generation. In other words, this one has the ability to edit and generate images, which was not available before. So that's exactly what we're going to go over today. I'm going to show you all the cool things you can do with it. So let's jump right in. First of all, in AI Studio, in the top right corner, note that you do need to select this one over here, Gemini 2.0 Flash Experimental, and it should have this new tag next to it. And then after selecting that, in this output format, make sure you select images and text. And that's pretty much it. Let's start generating and editing images. So let's click this plus icon to upload an image. So I'm going to upload this image of a doctor, and let's prompt it with this. Make a side view of this photo. Let's press run and see what that gives us. How cool is that? So it makes a side view of the same man on this desk and the laptop. Or next, I'm going to type make a zoomed out view of this photo. Let's click run and see what that gives us. And note that this is blazing fast, like it does everything in just 5 seconds. And note that this photo is now slightly zoomed out. You can see like his belt here and the edge of the desk, which you can't really see in this photo. Really cool. And by the way, to save it, you just need to click this button here to download the photo. Alright, next I'm going to start a new chat by clicking this create prompt button in the sidebar. And then next, I'm going to upload this black and white photo. And then let's type in colorize this photo and see what that gives us. Note again, this is super fast. It only took 7 seconds, and look at this result. How insane is that? You can see we really no longer need Photoshop. And then let's try this. Turn this into nighttime with a Milky Way in the sky. Let's click run and see what that gives us. Holy smokes! This is absolute madness. Look at how easy it is to edit photos. You can see with this tool, we really no longer need Photoshop. This is just way too easy. Alright, let's try something else. I'm going to click here to start a new chat again. And by the way, note that your chats are not saved in AI Studio. So make sure you do save your images before you start a new chat. Otherwise, it's going to be lost forever. Alright, next I'm going to upload this photo of a woman, and this is taken with a really amateur camera, so you can see the background is way too detailed and sharp. I want to generate a more professional camera, a more DSLR look, where the background is slightly blurrier and we get this depth of field effect. So let's try this. Blur the background of this photo. Let's click run and see what that gives us. Oh my god, look at that! This is way too easy. Imagine if we just implement this technology into your smartphone. We no longer need professional DSLR cameras with super expensive lenses anymore. We can just take any photo with a regular phone camera and then use this AI to post-process it to add in this depth of field effect. And let's say you don't like all these people walking in the background. Let's try this. Remove all the people in the background. Let's click run and see what that gives us. And there you go. It magically removes everyone from the background. I mean, with Photoshop, you need to spend at least a few minutes erasing everyone manually, but with this AI, you just prompt it and it would figure it out for you in literally seconds. This would be so useful when you're on vacation and you're at a super busy tourist attraction where you can't get any decent photo without having people in the background photobombing your photo. Well, it's okay. You can take the photo anyways and then plug it into this AI to erase everyone from the background. Or here's another even cooler example. So I'm going to start a new chat again. Again, make sure you save all your photos or else it's going to be lost forever. And then let's upload this image of a man taking a selfie on stage, but there's no one watching him. The chairs in the background are all empty. So let's paste in this. Fill the chairs in the background with people sitting. Let's click run and see what that gives us. Holy smokes! And there you go. Here is the same photo, but with people sitting in all of these chairs. How insane is that? So if you're a fake guru or influencer and you have no one attending your masterclass, that's okay. You can still take a selfie photo and then use this AI to add people in your photo. Fake it till you make it, right? Alright, next, instead of editing images, let's try to get it to create an image. So I'm going to click on create prompt again. Now note that Gemini not only is extremely good at generating all types of images, but it can also generate images with correct text, which all the other previous image generators can't really do. So I'm going to prompt it with make a realistic photo of a teacher in front of a chalkboard with the text, "This is an abnormally long sentence which most image generators cannot generate correctly." Let's click run and see what that gives us. And then if we expand this, look at that. The text is 100% correct. Even if I use this prompt in ideogram or flux, it usually gets like a few letters wrong, but this one just nails the text. This is extremely impressive. Alright, let's try something else. Instead of generating English text, let's try some Chinese text. So I'm going to write, make a realistic photo of a diary page with this Chinese text in it. Let's click run and see what that gives us. And there you go. Here is a diary page and the Chinese text is perfect. Again, with previous image generators, they completely failed to generate legitimate Chinese text like this. A very impressive tool. Alright, so I'm going to start a new chat. Now, because this can generate text and images so well, here's another really cool thing you can do with it. So I'm going to prompt it with make an invitation card design for a wedding. It's going to be Jack and Jill, March 30th, 2025. You're invited, RSVP here. Let's click run and see what that gives us. And look at that. In just a few seconds, we have a full wedding invitation card. I mean, this might even kill Canva, where you still need to manually do multiple steps and enter in the text yourself. It's just way too much work. With AI Studio, you just prompt it, and it'll generate the full design for you in seconds. And get this, not only can you just generate one image at a time, but because this is multimodal, you can chat with it like a chatbot and get it to output both text and images at the same time. So let's try this prompt. Give me a recipe on how to make blueberry muffins. Include images at each step. Let's click run and see what that gives us. So let me wait for this to complete and then we're going to go over the entire chat. But notice how fast this thing can generate both the text and images. This is blazing fast. And there you go. Let's scroll back to the top and look at the entire chat. So here is the recipe, here are the ingredients that you need, here's the equipment you need, and then first step is to preheat the oven and prepare the muffin tin. So we need to prepare this muffin tin with paper liners or grease the cups well. So here's a muffin tin with paper liners. And then the next step is to whisk together the dry ingredients. And here it has generated a photo of these dry ingredients in this bowl. Note that it's not pulling an existing image from the internet. It's generating this image with AI on the fly. And then here, whisk together the wet ingredients. So here we have some vegetable oil, egg, milk, and vanilla extract in this bowl, as you can see here. And then the next step is to combine the wet and dry ingredients, and that's what you see here. And then the next step is to gently fold in the blueberries. And indeed, that is what you see here. We see blueberries added to this mix. And then finally fill the muffin cups with the batter, as you can see here. And then add optional toppings such as coarse sugar. And indeed, you see some sugar on top of these muffins. Next step is to bake the muffins, which is indeed what we see here. And then cool the muffins, which is what we see here. And then finally, enjoy your delicious blueberry muffins. And here we have a really delicious photo of some blueberry muffins. How insane is that? I have not come across another image generator that can spit out an entire recipe with images like this. I mean, with this tool, it's gonna be so easy to create a food blog or a recipe book. Let me start a new chat, and here's another super cool use case for this. You can use this AI to create storyboards where each panel has the same style and characters. So let's try this. Write a visual storyboard about the classic tale Cinderella. Include images. Let's click run and see what that gives us. So again, this isn't an existing image on the internet. It's generating this on the fly. So here's panel 1 of the storyboard. Here's the caption. Here's the visual description. And then here is panel 2. Again, this is still Cinderella. It's the same character. Here's the new caption and visual description. And then panel 3, one day a royal messenger arrived with an invitation. Again, it's the same character. Notice that it even preserves that Disney movie look. I wonder where they got their training data from, by the way. And then here is panel 4, and so on and so forth. So you can see with this AI, it's so easy for anyone to plan and create a storyboard. Alright, let's create a new chat, and let's see if this works. So the prompt is, make a diagram of an animal cell with labeled organelles. I'm going to be really impressed if it can pull this off. So let's click run and see if it can handle it. Alright, finally I found something which it cannot do. So it does create a diagram of the cell, but all these labels are just gibberish. But anyways, I'm going to start a new chat, and here's another super cool use case for this. So I'm going to upload this very rough sketch of an anime girl. This is just a rough pencil sketch. And then let's type in, make a line art out of this sketch. Let's see what that gives us. Holy smokes! Let me open this up. This is incredible. Here's the side-by-side comparison. It's like so easy to just turn any drawing now into a line art without actually having to draw out the outline yourself. This is insane. All right, now if I upload that line art image back into here and then I write colorize this, let's see what that gives us. And there you go. In just a few seconds, we can turn a sketch from a line art to a fully colored anime image. And of course, you can also change the color of her hair or eyes or shirt or whatever you want. This is such a powerful tool. You're gonna love this. I'm partnering with Nvidia to give away an RTX not 5, but an RTX 6000 Ada. This has a whopping 48 gigabytes of VRAM, which can easily run the best AI models locally on your computer. Plus, it's personally signed by Jensen Huang. This is one of a kind, and it could be yours. Simply attend any session in their upcoming GTC event, which is taking place March 17th to 21st this year, both in person in San Jose, California, and virtually. This is a global conference covering a wide range of topics from AI to robotics to computing. There's going to be a ton of talks from the top industry leaders and experts, so you're going to get so much value from this. You can register to attend virtually for free. I highly recommend the keynote by Jensen Huang on March 18th. He's going to share a ton of insights on AI, agents, robotics, and computing. Here are some other sessions that I'm personally really interested in. On March 19th, there's going to be a talk on humanoid robots, which is super exciting. And then on March 20th, this talk on quantum computing will also be super insightful. Jensen will host this talk with a ton of industry leaders in the space, so you can get the most up-to-date overview of what's going on in quantum computing. Alright, so back to the RTX 6000 Ada giveaway. How exactly do you enter this? Simply click the link in the description below and you'll see all the instructions on how to enter. Now back to the video. Now let's try something like this. Add a background, adjust the lighting and shading. And there you go. Here is a new background with adjusted shading and lighting. This is such a ridiculous tool. In literally a few seconds, you can turn a sketch into line art to a colored model to a fully colored image with a background with correct lighting and shading. Alright, final thing I want to show you, let's start a new chat. We can also upload something like this interior design photo or some architecture photo, and then just prompt it to change the style of this photo. So you can prompt it to redesign this into a vintage 80s look, or turn the curtains red and the sofa blue, or in my case, I'm going to redesign this into a white minimalist modern look. Let's click run and see what that gives us. Alright, so here's our result. Notice that it looks a lot more white and modern and minimalist. You can see with this tool, it's going to be so easy for interior designers or architects or just designers in general to find ideas and inspiration and restyle anything. So that sums up all the cool things that I've tried out with this image generator and editor. But note that this isn't the first or only one out there. So in the past few months, I've introduced a few other free and open source tools that can pretty much do the same thing. So for example, one of them is called OmniGen, and this is a super versatile tool. So for example, you can get it to first of all generate this woman sitting and holding a book, and then you can prompt it to remove her earrings and replace the cup of coffee with a glass of cola. And indeed, it replaces her earrings and replaces the coffee with cola. And you can also just prompt the AI to extract the pose of this woman and then transfer the pose to a new generation of a boy. Or here's another crazy thing you can do. You can upload 2 photos and then prompt the AI to take the man with yellow hair in the first image and then the woman on the left of the second image and then generate a photo of both of them together like this. Or here's another example. You can take the flowers in this image and take the vase in the middle of this image and then put those in the same photo. A super versatile tool. Now, if you're interested in learning more about OmniGen, see this video where I go over how to install this and run it locally on your computer. Again, this is completely free and open source and unlimited. Another similar tool which is also free and open source is called Magic Quill. And this allows you to paint over specific areas and use a prompt to edit that particular area only. So you can add or remove things from the image depending on where you paint over. This gives you much better control of how you want to edit images. Now again, I already did a full installation tutorial of Magic Quill, so see this video if you're interested. Note that for both models, they use open source based models like Stable Diffusion and Flux, so you could generate NSFW images with these tools. But the problem with these two is you do need to go through the hassle of installing these locally on your computer, which involves cloning these GitHub repositories and installing Python and a lot of other packages and dependencies. And if you're not a technical person, then this could be frustrating. So if you don't want to do all of this, or if you don't need to generate NSFW content, then honestly, Google's AI Studio is a much easier and faster option. Also note that another free place to generate images online is Google's Test Kitchen or Google Labs. They have various names for this platform, but anyways, I'll link to it in the description below. And here is where you can generate images. So for example, let's type in a woman in the city, and you can choose from various different styles like this. Plus you can choose from different aspect ratios. Let's go with landscape and then click create. And again, this tool is blazing fast. It only takes like a few seconds to generate 4 images at once. And here we go. Here is a woman in the city. And look how realistic each of these photos are. These are incredibly detailed. Now note that its censorship is quite sensitive, so for certain prompts like even a woman in the city, there might be some generations that don't make it through its content filters. So this is using their image generator called Imagen 3, but note that this is only for generating images. You cannot get it to edit images like this new Gemini model in AI Studio. Finally, because this Gemini model is natively multimodal, that means not only can it just edit or generate images, but it can also analyze images, video, and audio, and also output these formats. So for example, here's another cool thing you can do with it. You can just paste in a link to a YouTube video. So I'm going to paste in my link to this video where I explain what AI is, and then you can simply get it to summarize this video. So let's click run and see what that gives us. And note that this video is 37 minutes, but because Gemini has a huge context window of 1 million tokens, even a 37-minute video only takes up around 650,000 tokens, which can fit within its context window. Note that this will not fit for other AI models like Grok or DeepSeek or Claude. Alright, so again, this thing is blazing fast. Even for a 37-minute video, it only took like a few seconds, and here's the summary. And this is correct. This is indeed what I talked about in the video. Or here's another crazy thing you can do with it. So I'm going to create a new chat, and then this time I'm going to upload an audio clip, which I generated from Google's other tool called Notebook LM, which allows you to generate a podcast episode from anything. But anyways, I just took like 30 seconds of that podcast, and then I'm going to plug it into here and then get Gemini to make a transcript of this with timestamps. Let's click run and see if it can pull this off. Alright, so here is the transcript. Let me play you this audio clip so you can see if it aligns with the transcript.
But photo sketches, even abstract ideas, that is the promise behind Imagen.
Yeah.
And that's what we're diving deep into today, this research that's really making this a reality.
This research paper really is a big step forward in AI image generation.
Right.
What makes Imagen so groundbreaking is this unified approach that it takes.
So instead of having like separate AI tools for all these different image tasks, Imagen is kind of like this universal creative engine.
Precisely. And that has big implications for how AI actually understands visuals.
Okay.
Perfect. So it nailed the transcript of this clip. So I hope from all these demos you can see how incredibly versatile this Gemini model is. It's not just an image generator or editor, although it totally has the potential to kill Photoshop. But it's also a chatbot, so you can ask it questions, you can chat with it, get it to write stuff for you, but you can also get it to analyze audio and video because this is natively multimodal. Now, again, this should already be available to everyone in Google's AI Studio, which is completely free to use. So definitely take advantage of this while it's free and unlimited. So that sums up my video on Google's new Gemini model, especially its image generation and editing capabilities. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. If you've had a chance to play around with it, what other cool things were you able to do with its image generation capabilities? As always, I will be on the lookout for the top AI news and tools to share with you. So if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Also, there's just so much happening in the world of AI every week. I can't possibly cover everything on my YouTube channel. So to really stay up to date with all that's going on in AI, be sure to subscribe to my free weekly newsletter. The link to that will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.